I mean, so when I started talking about Ross Line and Outcross and the journey that his son took me, what I'm saying, starting off just one dog, and then I just gotta give a big shout out. Like, we got a whole nother little country, you know what I'm saying, like Belize. Yowdy, what's up, man? I got a lot of cats over there that really represent the blood, man, as far as Outcross blood and Ross Line blood. So, what I'm saying, we always pay respect, man. We've been plugging for a lot of years, and it's been, like I said, I want to say underground. I mean, far as where I'm from, even when you say cats, like I call these cats like my little brothers, you know what I'm saying, man? And a lot of people really don't know the I guess the partnerships or the influences that I had on cats. So, what I'm saying, a lot of cats know, you know, Beezy or they know Dean. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in South Florida, man, like I say, there's no breeder that I can't call and like, yo, this Dante Ross line, you know, and holler at him. You know what I'm saying? Good dog talk, dog conversation, and kind of really gel, man, and see what's happening, and make some breedings happen. You know what I'm saying? I just called Brian Sanchez the other day with EPAP. You know what I'm saying? Robert Lawson. A lot of people don't know Bombshell Rod. When he first got in the game, he got a dog from me. I think it was Juicy he got from me. Dean, one of his first dogs that he got from me. Beezy, I go back with Beezy. A lot don't know the story, but Beezy's been in the game for a long time. Or I know him as Bart. Y'all know him as Beezy. But he just didn't want to deal with him, so he had somebody else doing it. Bam, Reggie Colson. You know what I'm saying? Israel. A lot of these cats right here, man. Right where I'm from. So, you know what I'm saying? I always had a good face out here, man. It just really been plugging. A lot of people really respect my hustle. So it was only, you know what I'm saying, it's only natural that when I say OG status that, I'm humble. One of my big brothers, you Bully Kennels, Anthony Moore, uh, mi amigo, Omar Garcia. You know what I'm saying? So many, bro. It's just so many that, like I say, over the years, Florida is a pretty big state, but I really was able to do my thing, you know what I'm saying, and really get a lot of people to respect me for what I'm doing. They respect my hustle, you know what I'm saying? Losses in the dog game, man, you gotta be built for this. You know what I'm saying? I done lost so many dogs that it ain't even crazy. Like the dogs that I lost, man, I lost right on the cusp. After Ross, even Ross was there. I got a dog by Peabody, Bully Badass TV. Um, I did the video with Ross and with Peabody, and it took off, and I was getting stud credits. And Peabody ended up dying on me, man. You take losses, but like I say, the game gonna respect you. People gonna respect you when they know what you're doing in your hustle. Alley boy, big shout out to him. We'll talk about this again probably, as far as the direction of where I'm going. I feel like after you've been doing something for so long, you know what I'm saying, when you look at Magic Johnson, didn't have to, but he came back as the GM. I think his title was GM of the Lakers. You look at Michael Jordan buying a team, you know what I'm saying? Ross Line, what I did, man, and respect to those brothers who took the game to a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? Instead of me being your competition in a sense, I end up, we created American Bullies Against Bullying, which is an organization that was started from breeders, for breeders, for everyone. You know what I'm saying? So worldwide, man, we was able to make a connection, and a lot of people respect us for what we do, American Bullies Against Bullying. And a lot of people don't know, like for the last 5 years, I kind of took a step back because I've been focusing on that. You know what I'm saying? And not that people don't reach out to me. Sterling, Fatty Montana, Grip Tight Bullies. You know what I'm saying? Damian Bob, which I gotta call his brother back, man. Like I say, it's just so. A lot of people don't know the connections with people that I have. Again, maybe it's underground, but really the what really was a big link, man. You know what I'm saying? Really was a big link with breeders, and that's why, everything, all the endeavors that we're doing now are starting to be so successful. People ask me about, from Outcross to Ross line. Ross was with me for, he died about 11 years old. Ross was my son's first word. My first, most kids say dad, mama. My son Peyton, his first words was boss. Uh, you know what I'm saying? So I done so much with this dog, traveled all around the world. Sometimes these dogs it'll change who you are. So most people now they call me Rossline, which a lot of them probably don't even know my name is Dante. But they recognize me from these dogs and really bringing back the showing to South Florida. We used to have to go out the road and have shows, but we started the American Bullies Against Bullying show, and it was pretty successful. And that what branched off and got my other partners. They wanted to do shows, and it just worked. Like I said, I got a lot of history with dogs. Really, like I said, behind the scenes legends. I mean, again, I don't think it's a breeder in South Florida that if you don't mention Dante, that they won't know who I am and the impact that I had on this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and that all started off with one dog, man. One dog, Rick Ross. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy. Even doing this, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people ask me to do it. Rossline RL. Somebody asked me what was my biggest accomplishment, and I posted up a couple of times. So when I got in the game, you had the Lounge, you had Machiavelli Pits, you had Golden Label, you had Remy Line, Ed Shepherd, put a little history, you know what I'm saying? I was one of the cats who did the first internet talk shows here and had Ed Shepherd on our show. But my biggest accomplishment for me was when Remy Line Fade, he called me, he got a dog, he brought a dog from me. And that was big, man. He was getting back into the game, and I told him about color and structure. I wasn't sure really where he wanted to be at, but he brought this dog, and that was big. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my mentors, the people who I looked up to who had done made it. He did it. He brought a dog for me, and it was just a real big accomplishment because, like I said, I have been selling to people for so long that when you making money, you selling dogs, it don't matter. But when one of your peers or mentors get a dog from you, then that's kind of big, man. So kind of like even for me, man, Dean, SMB Dean, he brought one of his first bullies from me. I talked him into catching a flight, and years later, I went to him to use one of his dogs to stud out to one of mine. So, and he was like, man, I appreciate it. It was an honor. So I definitely understand where he was coming from with that. So like I say, it's just all little nuggets that along the way that as breeders, like I say, this is a whole nother lifestyle that we have, man. So we'll see. How it changed my life, impacted my life. It's family, friends, everybody really is affected by this because I'm not just Dante no more. I'm Rossline, and what comes along with that, like shit. Even with that, for some people, the internet is so big that people recognize me. This dog thing is almost like a celebrity status. You know what I'm saying? Like people recognize me as Rossline, or they recognize my dog. And man, don't I know you? And I never woke up one day saying I want to be a dog breeder. I mean, I always loved dogs. I always had dogs, but the breeding thing wasn't something that I always did it. I mean, hell, I had dogs that bred together on their own, and I ended up selling puppies and getting off of them. But this was nothing that hardcore. To now, this is something. This is really like all I know. You know what I'm saying? From having my own houses and breeding dogs, it's really all I know. I mean, it's been a lifetime, man. I'm really over 20 years of hardcore breeding and showing dogs. And even though some of these people that got in the game with me, they took breaks, I couldn't take. I didn't have an opportunity to take a break. I've been doing it for this long, man, and it's a blessing and a curse, a blessing and a cursing at the same time. So, like I say, man, we live and learn, and we never know which way, which direction anything's gonna take us.